From time to time on previous programs, we've looked back at the history around our area. We're deciding to do that on a regular basis now. We're adding our inaugural program, Hometown Memories, as we look back at the memories that we have that are significant for our area. So we hope you'll join our programs in the future. And we thought it would be important to start off with an event that affected many, many people throughout Northwest Ohio, and that's the Civil War. This year, and for several years to come now, we're going to be celebrating the 150th anniversary of the Civil War and how that impacted people in this particular area. So one of the first things we wanted to find out about is how people were involved in the Civil War and how they got involved and what that meant to people here in Northwest Ohio. We're at the Fulton County Historical Society's location, and with us is John Swearingen. You're the director of the Historical Society here?
That's right.
Well, John, you've put together a very big display of the Civil War, and how did you go about putting together all the things that are a part of that, and what did you end up doing?
Well, this collection was hiding throughout the building in different locations. Some of these things were framed and stuck in a closet, and the archives had a lot of letters and things that had never all been brought together. So we spent a year cataloging and bringing everything together, creating a timeline with the battles that we knew of, and then incorporating all of the local history into that timeline.
You've got 4 years to cover. You must you must have gads and gads of stuff to be a part of that, commemorated. How did you decide how to display it all?
Well, it's not all out right now. There'll be, each year you'll see new things that are significant that year.
So you're doing it a year at a time over the 4 or 5 years that were significant for the Civil War then?
We'll be going all the way till Christmas of 2015, because that's when the very last group came home.
Okay.
So Christmas that year will be a big deal.
How did it start for people in Fulton County? What caused people to get involved in the Civil War? What was the driving force?
Well, you can see here our map of Fulton County. With that, we have the Quaker rocking chair here from Fulton County, and the Quakers were very, the Hicksite branch was very adamant against slavery. They broke away from the mother Quaker religion out east and came out here. The Mennonites did not get involved in the war. They were pacifists and did not participate in government, but there were very many strong groups like the Quakers, the Hicksite Quakers, that were against slavery.
Okay.
And they had been working on the Underground Railroad here in this county since the 1830s. And Dr. King near Delta was actually harboring 15 freed people that he had freed in his barn in Delta.
So Fulton County was involved in the Underground Railroad right from the beginning?
Right.
Wow.
See the removal, the 1850 law allowed the Southerners to come up here on our property and look for their property,
Okay. All right.
and that irritated a lot of Fulton County people.
So they were providing a way for people to go from here on up into Canada
Right,
then?
because it still wasn't safe until the emancipation.
Now, a lot of people from this area also participated in the Civil War and joined that. And I look here at the timeline that you've got all along the wall here. This would be 1861, I take it then. These are people who joined then in different units. I would have expected that there would have been just a couple units that people joined and all were from Fulton County and marched on down to the war. But that's not true, is it?
No, it would have made my life easier if they hadn't. Yeah, they were joining all the way through the war, and the numbers change as the time goes on. So we start out with the 14th Ohio in this display case here, and by the end of the war, we're already up to 195. So we're
How did they get involved in so many different units?
Just people they knew and recruiters that came into the area. We had several people in the county who were recruiters, and starting different units. So.
All right, and some ended up in units with Illinois, and did they think they were joining local units or Ohio units? How did that work?
Fulton County men, mostly from Wauseon, thought they were joining a unit nicknamed the Northwest Sharpshooters, and when they got on the train, they were shipped to Chicago and ended up in an Illinois group. So they quit in the summer of '63, and they started the 100th.
Okay.